Welcome back, everybody, to T&A Motorsports Shop Talk. This is episode number 10, and we're recapping Talladega. We got Derek Paulson joining us. How's everybody doing tonight? We got Terry. Terry's joining us
I'm
this week,
back.
too.
I'm back.
And Aaron.
Yay.
And,
Hey, Derek. How
yeah.
you doing, Derek?
Good, good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here, bud. We appreciate it. Amanda, how you?
Pretty good. Thank you.
Have you come down yet off that high?
Yeah, I finally did.
Yeah. So Amanda gets a third place last night. Awesome job out of her. I mean, we had some help. As we just talked about a little bit ago, we had a little bit of help with Dalton Kilroe, Cody Moore, and Blake Decker. Those guys jumped in our channel and decided they wanted to run with us. Hi, Linda. Thank you.
Position. It's Taylor,
Overall,
the
I
Butcher
think you guys
Benjamin.
done an awesome job. All four. Derek, didn't you get caught up in something somewhere?
Yeah,
Is Derek going to listen to me?
Yeah, I'm here.
yeah. At the end, he did. I actually have a clip of it.
Oh, you do? Oh, it's okay. Hold on a second, Derek. We'll see a clip of what happened to you.
Hang on. All right. I think I'm good for.
Let's find that 6 car. What the hell?
In 42 went for a ride.
Yeah, so
Comes off from
42,
the
if he would have held his
31.
brakes here, we would have been just fine. But you can see he just lets it roll up the track, and then he comes back down. I know where
hard
to
into
go.
the 6. Oh, man. Paulson
So,
cooking out.
Yeah, it was actually quite a long night for me. I ended up with 12x on a super speedway. That's kind of unheard of when there's no cautions.
Yeah.
You had a hell of a start, and I mean, you started fourth last night, and you finished 19th. That kind of sucks. Finished with a 1 lap down, but Bud, with that win in Iowa right now, you're fourth in points. So I mean, you're going to the chase, so that's a plus. And I was actually looking at something on your averages, Derek. As of right now, you have the best out of the top 10 best start average of 7. Out of the top 10 guys right now, you have the best start average.
Well, I suppose because what the heck's his name? The 54. He never qualifies, of course.
Matt, yeah.
And but I was actually kind of surprised at how well I qualified last night because I am not a very good qualifier on super speedway tracks. So I was pleasantly surprised to see me starting up front.
So our best qualifier last night was
The number 8.
Amanda, the number 8. So Amanda, walk us through a little bit of your gig last night.
Before I wanted to give a shout out to
Go
David
ahead.
Seats. What's up, David?
Why am I not seeing these messages?
It's in, I don't know, popped up in the chat.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Amanda. I'm going to see if I can find this damn.
Well, the qualifying, I just ran my normal lap that I would do at a super speedway or just about anything I'm comfortable with. I just ran the inside line as tight as I could. Got up there decently towards the front, which was my goal, just to stay out of the middle. And then just the patience part of it and just being where I'm comfortable, finding the guys I was comfortable around. And the main part of the race was having all the different people helping out in team speak. And it was really nice having the other 3 guys in there too, kind of outside eyes, kind of catching the bad habits and the good habits that I have. So that was definitely helping me through it. But just patience and just holding my line as much as possible.
You started 8th, finished 3rd. I mean, you just had an outstanding race last night.
Well, like I said before this, I would have been tickled pink with the 7th that I was running in, and it was just a little bit of icing on the cake that last lap to squeak through in the 3rd. But I, again, would have been tickled pink with 7th.
Yeah, but hell, 7th when you get a 3rd and carry the banner this week for T&A
yeah.
Motorsports.
Yep.
Aaron, you started 14th. You had a hell of a run. You led some laps, finished 7th last night. Point wise, you're up 1 from 14 to 13, so you're not doing bad there. Talk about your race a little bit.
I thought I was going to qualify better than I did. I usually qualify pretty good at super speedways. I don't know what I did wrong last night. I didn't take tires at the end of the first stage, so that got me up to the lead. And then there at the end, we was running, like I said, with Dalton and Blake and Cody, and I just didn't have enough fuel. My crew chief was telling me I was I want to say like 3.3 gallons short at the line, and I was saving and saving and saving, and I was going to be 1/10 good, and I told Corey, I said, all right, Corey, the hell with it, let's go, and then just using that get fuel up,
Yeah, you
I
used
ended
my
up-
draft to make me run out earlier.
Well, it's like you said, nobody wanted to lead that pack back there. and I
Yeah,
think we caught a little
I'm
bit of
surprised
that
we didn't, right?
broadcast.
Yeah, whoever got to the front would just pull to the top. I'm like, guys, you gotta stop doing this shit. We're all gonna crash here trying to figure out who wants to lose the most gas.
What
Yep.
worked out to my advantage, though, I was on the ass end of all you guys. I think
up,
it was
Chris?
McAvoy, I think, was right behind me, a couple laps down, but he stayed off a little bit, so he wasn't riding my ass or anything. But I definitely made out the best in that because I had just enough gas to get over the line. So I appreciated you guys not trying to make me lead it.
I know I should have
Oh.
took Dalton's advice, and because he told me at one point, why don't you fall back behind Amanda and save some gas there? I'm like, oh no, I think I'll be okay.
Well, we'll go ahead and get to Corey real quick, then we'll get to Derek. Corey, you didn't qualify. You started 33rd, finished 17th. I think you was the first one a lap down, maybe, or you got your lap back. I don't remember.
I didn't get my lap back till the final stage. I got the lucky dog.
Okay, so you must have been the last car on the lead lap, possibly.
Yeah, at one point I basically with everybody in the because Aaron was yelling at people too when you're coming down pit road and
Not Aaron.
everybody's talking at once, especially when it's usually just the four of us. Well, then we had 7 people in there, so everybody's talking, and then you're trying to hear the countdown. Well, I totally forgot that I didn't qualify, so all of a sudden I hear is 1, and I look over and there's my pit stall. I'm like, oh shit! Now I gotta go all the way around again.
Well, and Corey, you actually you dropped a spot down to 11th. You was in 10th place there.
Yeah, I'm in a little
Going
slump.
That's all right, man. I even gained a spot. Hell, I went from 35th to 34th, but we'll talk about that later. So, Derek, let's get back into you, man, since we got you here. First and foremost, how did you get starting in iRacing? We'll talk about the league in a minute, but how did you get started in iRacing?
Well, I've been a NASCAR fan ever since I was a young kid. As I've gotten older, though, and my favorite drivers leave, and they change every year on what NASCAR does. I don't watch it nearly as much as I did, but we used to every winter, since winter up here gets to be kind of long and cold. We would get together for one weekend, and me and my buddies would play NASCAR Thunder 2003 or 2004, and that's all we do. We'd play that like all weekend long, and then I was like, you know what? I don't know. I started watching races on YouTube for iRacing, and I watched a lot before I joined, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try that. So then I ended up sticking a bunch of money into it, and here I am.
So I think you came into the league 3 seasons ago, maybe 4 seasons ago. I don't really remember when you came into the league. You remember?
Yeah, it been 2 seasons ago when we were doing the trucks before the
Okay.
ARCA car.
And your thought? I mean,
You won the trucks, didn't you? The championship?
Yeah, I did win that year.
Oh shit, that's right. He
Yeah,
did win a championship with
Terry, I
us.
thought you had a whole fucking notebook.
Oh shit.
Good note taking there, Terry.
Yeah, you just literally held it up before, and that one's not on it.
Spot. Yeah, that spot I ran. Sorry, Derek, I didn't need to do that to you, but so you won a championship with us. Last season, you could have won a championship if somebody would have helped you out a little bit. The guy sitting underneath you, maybe.
Well, that, and I see in chat there that Ian, he's the one that said when we watched the replay of me getting wrecked last night that he did one better at Charlotte last year. So yeah, that last race of last season, I thought I was gonna have 2 in a row, but fortunes don't always go with you, and yeah, Dalton ended up getting me, but it was it's been a good ride here. I did race with Mark before I got into Blazing Pedals, so I knew him. I met him in the Cessna days. I don't know, it's been a while now when we were racing in there. And yeah, actually I raced with quite a few people in our league before I got into it. So it's kind of cool how you start with people and then we all end up in the same league together.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can speak for probably the biggest part of the league that I don't believe anybody's ever had a problem with you on the track.
No, that's not right.
No.
Yeah, he took me out last week.
Maybe 3, I don't know. But overall, I think you're a hell of a racer. I'm not afraid to get around you no more than anybody else here in our group here, and probably pretty much anybody in the league. We know that 6 is a piece of shit, but hey, that's all right, man. So, Derek, real quick, if you don't mind, we like to talk about what kind of shit we have here we're racing on. So, what do you race on, VR wise or monitors? What your wheel and all that stuff?
I race on the original Oculus Rift. I've had that for jeepers. It's been a long time since I've had that. I have tried others, but Mark would know. I have a weird shaped face and my eyes are too close
We
together.
can see that.
So some of the new VRs out there, you can't adjust them as close as I need them to adjust because of how close my eyes are. So I just stuck with the old Oculus. It's funny, like you had trouble last night, Ty had trouble last night, and a bunch of people have always seems like have on and off troubles with their VR, especially the Oculus. Knock on wood if I can find some here. But for the last 3, 4, 5 years, whenever I got it, that I've been racing mine, I've yet to have any issues with it. So I've been very lucky that way. I run a Fanatec wheel, Club Sport, and I got Fanatec pedals. I actually started with the pedals first, and I had a G920 that I raced with the Fanatec pedals for a few years, and then I switched up the wheelbase and wheel.
Good deal, man. Good deal.
Oh, and I do have a 49-inch monitor that I do occasionally race on, and then I hear about it from Mark and Sam.
Yeah, we can tell when you're in your monitor. It ain't just those two. I've seen it too out of you. You guys have anything for him for a moment?
I also want to know what's in that chair behind you, the little doll.
This here?
Yep.
Well, I've been a Bears fan my entire life.
Ew.
So this is
You asked.
This is a bear stress doll, so you can rip off body parts.
Oh my god.
So when you get angry, you can just take it out on the doll.
Aw.
And I think my aunt maybe have got this for me. I must have been 8, 9 years old. So it's an old piece that just sticks around.
That's
I wonder if I can get one of those with the 41 on it.
Give it to the dog.
You know what's funny about that? Speaking of the 41, Captain Save Fuel helped you all finish where you did last night.
He did.
Yeah.
Not only did he help
did.
me through the race with that, he actually taught me how to read the relative box and everything. Well, the little black box for the gas and the fuel and stuff. I had no idea. I knew how to get to the screen, but I didn't know how to really read it. So, yeah, I'll have to say that. And Chris, why do we need to talk? I'm curious. Am I gonna get yelled at for something?
But anyway, so we just mentioned a little bit with Cody and Dalton and Blake at the beginning of the race. I think it was Dalton that came in and asked if he could join the T&A members for the race last night. Then none of us said nothing for a minute. And Aaron, I think it was you first says, "Yeah, I don't care." And I was like,
my exact words were, "It's up to these guys."
Okay. Then I think I might have said something. I was like, "Yeah, fuck, I don't care." But overall, running with those extra 3 guys, I think, unfortunately, my shit crashed on me. But I think overall, it helped all of us out last night. The 4 of you, or the 3 of you guys did anyway.
Yeah, till Aaron told me to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe something will happen. I'll be fine.
Well, because I was reading in Discord today, I didn't realize you guys actually dropped down around 150 mile an hour. The whole pack.
Oh
dropped
yeah,
down to
and nobody
150
wanted to
mile an
lead
hour.
that pack either.
Even running 150.
I think we went to like 90 trying to figure out who wanted to go first. That was mid race.
And I think it's at one point that's where Derek, I'm sorry, Derek, but Aaron's like, "Fuck this, I'm going." And
Yeah.
there goes the 44.
Yeah, once it told me I was good, I mean, I was going to be so close anyhow. That's when I just said, screw it. We got to go, because if those guys didn't run out of fuel that were leading, it wouldn't have mattered at that point.
I got a couple of clips of everything. Here's one of Aaron taking the lead from TBB.
TBB out by a nose. Aaron Bach over to the outside, getting that push from 33. Jacob Hoppy supplying the push on the 10. On baby root. That's the thing. Aaron Bach over, despite sitting on the pole on this restart, yet to lead a lap here under green.
I guess you just squeaked this out.
And he's not going to do it this time.
line there.
TBB has it wound up on the inside.
Just couldn't get enough to clear
Oh,
him.
Buck over does it. Buck over takes it at the line.
So that was a clip for you, and then I got one. Actually, Derek and Amanda working together.
As these cars are 2 by 2 by 2, the 24 and the 43 drop back. Sherman drops down to the inside. Paulson goes down with her.
I found myself near you a few times, Derek, and as Terry said before, I'm very comfortable riding around you. I don't know your style a lot yet, but very comfortable around you.
Now, I believe when he came down in front of you there, you actually cussed him out because you weren't going to lead a lap.
I did not.
Yeah, TBB just said that too.
I was debating on either staying up or going down, and at the last minute I saw I was still clear, and I decided to pull down. But yeah, it was for me. It was a long race because I ran into the back of D's coming into the pits. The first pit stop under green, they braked a little more than I usually do, and I kind of got into the back of them, so I had front end damage. And luckily there was enough opening and there wasn't a lot of tape on those cars, because I was having trouble with some overheating that first stage until the end, until I got it fixed. But I was able to hold on, and then the car just wasn't as fast the rest of the night. But the whole race I thought was pretty good. 31 guys and gals racing, and no cautions. You don't hear that very often.
I was going to say, who is surprised that we didn't have a caution last night?
I wanted a caution because I don't like when super speedways come down to fuel where you got to run 150 miles an hour around it.
Barry, we can't hear you.
Was that button pushed?
There you go.
So I got the rundown for last night for the 113 laps. Of course, we only had 2 stage cautions. And I'm really surprised that was only 6 laps for that, but it's all right. We had 51 lead changes by 20 separate drivers. That's pretty freaking cool. 16 on lead lap out of the 34 guys. So the biggest news I've seen, and you guys probably already read the write-up, we had 2 rookies finish in top 3 last night. Of course, Cody Moore started this year and Amanda started this year. This is what this league is built on. This is what we try to do. Everybody has a chance. Of course, it's Talladega. Everybody had a chance to win last night. And I know we was all pushing for Amanda to do it, too, being up there as close as she was. So, I wrote down on this piece of paper while we were sitting there talking, in big letters and a question mark, fuel. So, Derek, where were you at the end with fuel? Was you okay?
We had to pit an extra time. We didn't save any, and as the run was going on, and like I said, I saw your group of cars kind of back up. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna try to spread it out to make it on one stop there, or two stops. I can't remember how many stops we had to do that last stage, but anyway, we couldn't make it. And so yeah, we were gonna be short, and then I used crew chief, and I could have swore I told him to uncheck my tires. And when I pitted that final pit stop, I only took 3.7 or 5 gallons of fuel and 4 tires.
Oh my God!
So that put me behind. I should have been up there with Taylor's group at the end there, but I got stuck behind a couple other cars, and then I was following. His last name Seats again, I believe.
Yeah,
Yep.
Dave Seats.
He was pushing a car in front of him, and he ended up blowing up right in front of me. So then I got another 4x from that because of course I couldn't swerve fast
Oh my
enough.
God, man! I didn't see your incidents for last night. I didn't look at
Yeah, he
that.
had the most. He had 12.
Okay, so Amanda, I know you ran out coming. I want to say off of turn 2 at the end of the race. Was it off of turn 2?
I actually ran out as I crossed the finish line. I had just enough being at the tail end of that pack that I was able to hammer down the last lap full speed. I didn't have much going on around me. I think I still had McAvoy behind me a little bit, but was able to just say hell with it, put it down all the way. The wreck happened. I went up high towards the wall because that was the only part of the smoke that I could see through, and just kept it down to the ground. And as soon as I crossed the finish line, that's when Aaron's like, "Oh, good job, you got third." And I was like, "Holy shit, I thought I was still in 7th. I wasn't paying attention." But then it started sputtering as soon as I crossed the line. So I had just barely enough. And then thank you again, Brian Dees. He came up because none of my teammates had any gas. So Dees came up and pushed me back to the start finish line.
Well, you know he was going to do it.
I do have to say one thing, because I see he's in chat here, but we had a guy in our team channel last night that was pretty excited that Amanda did pretty good last night.
Who was that?
Probably the guy that pushed you around the track.
No, it was the same.
I didn't.
Taylor, he was pretty happy.
Aw.
Well, I queued up and told Taylor to push her to the start-finish line, but Deez did it.
Taylor, these shirts are available on savageedge.com/T&A Motorsports Store.
So, stay with the fuel for a second, guys. So, Aaron, I want to say you ran out coming off of 3 or 4, didn't you?
I ran out going into 3.
Okay.
Cody and Blake, or not Blake, Dalton. I think he got into the 84 of
Yeah,
Hackathorn.
I got the last lap was the craziest part of the whole fucking race, I think of. And we were watching the broadcast last night, and I didn't even realize Aaron got to the lead on the turn 3 before he ran out of gas until we watched the broadcast. I was like, holy shit, Aaron was in the lead at the end there.
Yeah, I got right through that accident and going into 3. That's when I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, so I got a clip of the last lap. Let's all watch that.
Yeah, let's see that real quick.
Please
I
over to
didn't
Matt
see it.
Gruenberg. Dalton Kilroe, Blake Decker, 2nd and 3rd. Look out for Cody Moore as the white flag shows. One more time around this big circuit. And the 84 gets out of the way. The 41 squeezes way up high into the wall. Oh no, all kinds of hell breaking loose. On the final lap, Aaron Buckover takes over the race lead. Cody Moore fights back. Buckover gets loose. Cody Moore through the tri-oval is going to win tonight's race. Cody Moore, the race winner. Dalton Kilroe, Amanda Sherman picks up the banner for T&A.
Yeah,
Man.
that was crazy. Like, if you had enough gas, I think you would have had the run where you would have had that victory.
Yeah, you could tell right there. I went past them all, and then just as soon as I passed Cody, I'm like, "Yep, I'm out." And
Oh, that
threw it in
sucks.
neutral, and it's like, let's see what I can coast to.
Yeah, Taylor, I think he may have said that too. You might be absolutely right. So Corey, where were you at with your fuel at the end?
I ran out, I think coming out of there halfway into turn number 2. So I didn't even make it back to the line. I made it to the entrance of pit road, and then I finally had to tow from there. But I was weaving in and up the track trying to get enough momentum to make it.
So we mentioned, Amanda, you said you actually ran out. You couldn't really get back to the start finish line. Then it was a D's that pushed you around.
Yeah, I waited and waited,
Well-
and everybody was saying throw it in neutral, which I already had it in neutral. I was trying to just coast, and then D's came up and just kind of kept pushing me, bumping me
So
so I could get up.
I got back in when you guys was going 1 to go when everything went back to normal for me. So I jumped in your car, and right there at the end, just hey, I can't go. Then here comes D's. He wasn't pushing; he was slamming you.
It kept 4xing on the screen. I was like,
Oh my
Jesus, you just
god!
hey, it worked.
If you'd been in a real car, you'd have to wear a neck brace today. But oh well, that's all right.
Yeah,
He was trying to steal your soul.
Well, I don't know if because your group was a little bit behind us at the time. I don't know if you caught where the 2-car tried to pit from the top lane.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
watched that on the broadcast.
Yeah, and there was quite a wreck. It took Brian out of contention, and then Ty, he was a lap down at the time because he was having VR trouble. But yeah, I mean, it took both of them out pretty much for the rest of the race.
I almost screwed up going on the pit road entrance. So I was awful 3 to 6 practice trying to pit. I was wrecking air and I was spinning out. I was all over the place. So I said, I'm going to run 2-3 laps at a time and just go in by myself. They said, no, you got to practice with other people. I said, let me just, look, like Aaron said, he's like, learn your engine noise, see where it's got to be so you can listen and go in. So I did that a whole bunch. The last pit stop, I had Grunberg behind me and Blake in front of me. And I was still at about 70 right before I crossed into the pit entrance, and I slammed it down in the second. Oh, Jesus. But I started fishtailing all around, and luckily I saved it, but scared the shit out of me. Jesus. But yeah,
Okay.
almost wrecked everybody around me, but luckily didn't.
Yeah, and I was so worried about speeding on pit road that I was probably going in a little too easy, but
Well, I kept like telling Blake and everything, like, hey, just don't forget, I go in a little softer because I just don't know very well, about pitting or anything. So I slow down a little extra. And there was a few times I was down to like 49 going into the pits.
Derek, I want to talk to you for a second. Let's go back a few races back. Your win at Iowa, as we haven't really got to talk to you since then, or you haven't been in here. But so talk to us about that little bit of win at Iowa. I mean, that locked you into your chase for the season.
Yeah, you didn't want to talk about Rockingham?
Why the fuck would I talk about Rockingham? You didn't win that race.
Well, I took a few certain people out in that race. But anyway, back to Iowa. Yeah, it was I think that was a pretty good clean race too. I think we only had one caution flag. It's been pretty good race in the last month and a half, 2 months.
It has been.
But yeah, that Iowa race was a lot of what do you want to call it? Positioning. You wanted to be close to the front because it was very hard. Track position was key for Iowa, and once I got in front of Taylor, had that clean air, I was able to hold him off because he was coming. I told him because he when we took the green flag, I told him, just let me lead a couple laps and then go hard on me. But I was able to widen the lead out a little bit. It was a good race for me. Probably the best one this season. I would say this year in Blazing Pedals has been my most up and down. I haven't been very consistent. Have a good race and then I'll have a bad race.
What the
Yeah,
hell
I hear
happened
you
to
on that too.
Rockingham?
Oh, he took me out. He didn't take me out. I had nowhere to go.
I was gonna say the way I saw it, he was sitting there, and Corey went, "Hell, I'm going."
Yeah,
for it."
fuck Derek.
So Derek, and you can be honest here. I mean, there's no repercussions, I hope, from anybody. I want your thoughts on the league, what we're doing. Mark, I'm surprised Mark isn't in here tonight. But give us your thoughts of how you feel about the league. You've been in here for a few seasons now. You've won a championship. You've got some race wins under your belt and shit. So,
I think it's a very well ran league. Love the community that we got. I've made a lot of friends in this league. And at the beginning of the season this year, I'm not going to throw names out or anything, but we had some people that like to complain a lot, it seemed like, and people were causing wrecks. And the first few races you're like, oh my gosh, this, it hasn't been really this bad, especially with the drama that seemed to be coming up. But the last 2 months, some people aren't in a league anymore, and it seems like we've got back on track. It's been pretty good.
Yeah, it seems like it starts like that almost every year. And we get the new guys in there, and then they come in with big egos or something. Then they see how everybody races, and they end up leaving. We're 10 races in now, and that's when they usually start getting weeded out. We get around to that 30-person, 35-person field that's all great drivers. Like, who would have thought? Like you guys said earlier, we go caution free at Talladega.
And I'm sure you guys saw the same thing, but you could not drive that car in a straight line on the straightaway. I mean, it was, it was like this the whole time.
Yeah, it definitely wanted to move.
Corners were great, but the straightaways were kind of tough to keep her straight. And the 3 wide racing, especially at the first and second stage, I can't believe there was no wrecks, because there was some crazy moves happening.
I think I got the 4 wide at one time, didn't it?
It did. It might have been Morosco made a silly move, but everybody held on to it. I mean, we didn't have a problem. Aaron, I think you actually was involved in a 4 wide, or they was doing it right in front of you or something. I thought I heard you key up and say something.
That was actually when we was going through the tri-oval there, and you were high up there. You'd already been a lap down, and we were 3 wide right there, and I honestly don't remember who was in front of me, but I dropped back down to the inside, and I'm like, oh, they're making it 4 wide here. And I thought this is gonna be it, but we made it through there.
That was actually me above you, so I was the one that buzzed Terry there when we went.
I actually thought it was, but I wasn't 100%. So I didn't want, because I was right there behind you, and then I thought you were going to drop back down, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, we're going 4 wide.
So we got to a point of the race where I was actually just out there basically by myself, and I'm watching the relative meter. I see the group coming. I was like, well, fuck, Backover's running second behind this guy coming up on me. I say, hey, I'll move up out of the way. No, just stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. I'll tell you when to move. That's come from Aaron. So I knew exactly when he said that what he wanted to do. He, getting the air off of me. But I don't think it helped a whole lot, did it?
No, I think that's when I was trying to clear Taylor there to just get enough of a run.
That didn't work out the way I wanted, because I think I was right behind you, and I'm like, I don't know what Aaron's trying to do. I'm just gonna stay behind Aaron.
Yeah, I was just trying to.
What he wanted to do.
I was hoping we'd get just enough draft that I could have cleared Taylor and dropped down in front of him, but just wasn't enough there.
I had a great time, even though I got to run 105 laps down, so 107 laps.
You just had so much trouble with computers this year.
I tell you, I know. So the first thing that happened to me was the VR went black. So when I goes black, I know I've already said this once, I'll turn the wheel to the left. Just try to get off the track. Hopefully don't hit nobody. And I got caught up with 2 of you, I guess. 2 somebodies. The next thing that happened, my computer wanted to do a fucking update. So it just started updating as I was racing. So by the time it got all done and I got back in the race, the race is over. So I'm hoping next week. Where are we at next week, Corey?
Gateway.
Yep, Gateway.
So yeah, the setup's out.
You don't run
You gotta do some fucking practice laps, Terry, is what you gotta do.
What?
You can't just be showing up Sunday like Ty.
What makes you think I didn't practice through the week?
Well, you said you practice your pit stops at Talladega.
See, I told you what I wanted you to hear.
I'm
I
your
didn't tell you
teammate.
what
Why
I
would
wanted.
you lie to me about it?
I told you what I wanted you to know.
And Terry, like every morning on Sundays, Corey and I restart our computers and let whatever updates have to run. Like I had a mess load of updates to do on
Yeah,
Sunday,
so
so
did I.
it went like I don't know 30 minutes or something. I just restarted it and let it roll.
What's up,
Terry
Michael
wasn't the
Falk?
only. Oh, I was gonna say Terry wasn't the only one that had updates going on. Kyle Wellman said he had a update that popped up on his screen when he was in the race too. So he kind of warned us over the radio. Hey, watch out! I'm trying to get this off my screen.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
restart it just about every Sunday morning and just let it do its course.
speaking of Kyle Wellman, I was surprised to see him back. I mean, I'm glad he's back. When I saw his name pop up, I went, "Whoa, he's back."
Yeah, so Kyle, he's one of the guys that was in our list of drivers that can
Waiting list?
Thank you, Derek.
Your shit list of drivers.
Yeah,
Is
no,
that what you were
the
saying?
That's the band list there. But he reached out, and we have a spot or so open. I don't even know how. I wish Mark was in here. He could tell us now. But we have some spots open. I think we're going to start looking at maybe getting a couple more guys in. So that's all I know at the moment. Anybody else got anything? Come on.
I was reading chat.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. So,
So was
Derek,
I.
you've raced in the trucks, the K&N cars, and now we're in the Xfinity car. What do you think of this new car this season?
It's okay. I think it's been okay. You know, the cars are a little bit tighter than what we have in the past, but I'm used to driving tighter race cars. That's I kind of like them tighter than looser. But I don't know. I just roll with it. Whatever they whatever people vote for, I was happy. I didn't care what we kept. But I do have to say, last year those setups in the K&N cars were awesome when we raced.
Yeah, but Derek, now we seen it last night. We could push last night. You
Yep.
know, last season in the K&M, we could not touch each other because fuck, you're gonna spin something. So
But yeah, I don't mind the B car.
I also noticed too that when I'm as fast as you, Derek, that I'm gonna have a good race that race because usually when we're pretty close, we're usually battling at the front.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good battle at Iowa until your little issue off of 2 there.
Yeah, I got a little tight and just smacked the wall.
I tell you what, I love the Xfinity car. Michael Falk put up him and somebody else. I don't remember if it was Ty or Tanner the other night.
Tanner Marr.
Tanner.
They put up a fun race and we jumped in, and I haven't driven the Cup cars since the ladies of Iracing. I only did a few races with them, but I was not having fun doing the Cup cars at all. Like it was awful, and being able to jump back into the Xfinity car, which I'm used to now, I like it a lot better.
yeah, and I think going back to what I said something about Derek, different cars and stuff. I think finally everybody's starting to get the feel of this car. I mean, 10 races in, I'm still having a little bit of problems, but I still have problems with the whole fucking computer system. So it don't matter to me how the hell I race, I guess. But
Practice, Derek.
Nah, I know.
Well, I mean, do we have to start looking out for the A car? She's 10 races into her first league and she's already thrown up podiums.
Oh, man,
I
that's
didn't even know what
awesome.
to
That's
do.
awesome.
Like I never even thought of it. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? They're like, go to the start finish line. I'm like, I go up there. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I was like, read your sponsor list I printed out for you, and then we were laughing at the broadcast. I'm like, man, you flew through that thing, huh? I'm like, you sound nervous as shit.
Well, also too during it, like so I'm looking at Discord and I joked around with Corey afterwards. There was a whole bunch of blank cameras and shit up there, and then there was just me getting interviewed, and then Brian D's sitting there staring in the camera. I'm like, I can't even fucking look at his video. Like I don't even know what he's looking at. I kept looking away.
He's
like,
still
looking
going
at the
after your
wall.
soul. That's why he's banging it down the
It was just me and Brian in there with like 8 empty
You're next,
cameras. I'm like,
Amanda.
like, I don't know where to look. Deez is just fucking staring into his camera.
Excuse me.
And what was
I don't know if anyone noticed, but Ty did not blink at all last night.
Who's that? Is that you, Terry?
I fixed it.
Turn it off.
I fixed it. I fixed it.
no, now that you mentioned that though, Derek, I didn't blink last night, did he?
Nope.
He was at McDonald's racing again.
And Michael, if you do those a few times, I liked being able to ride around with you. And as you're riding around, I mean, I know you've raced before and everything, but I love hearing everybody else's input and the struggles they're having, and then having the better guys with us. And just the fun races are fun because it's just more practice. So
Well,
I don't know if you oh, go
oh
ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know if you just saw Taylor's post and chat, but yeah, Brian, he's a pretty easygoing guy too, but he was pretty hot after that wreck with the guy trying to pit from the top lane.
Yeah, that's what I saw, and I was really surprised that didn't bring out a caution. I think all of us that were trying to save fuel was like, there we go, we just got lucky, we got our caution.
Yeah, where's our caution? We were trying to get Terry to spin somebody out or run in the wall.
I ain't gonna lie, they crossed my mind.
I think I even said it. I'm like, Terry, you're 5 laps down. Come on.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything to you.
There's nobody around me, so it would have been useless.
Well, at the end there too, I told the guys, I said, they're just waiting for me to cause a wreck. They always say I'm gonna. So I said, how about I cause the wreck and you guys can you can make it on fuel.
And then you got caught up in one at the end.
Yeah, I had nowhere to go on that. Guy below me, guy pushing me. It was.
I hear you. Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, it would have been a really interesting finish. Like I said,
did he actually call out that he was pitting from the outside?
I was going to say I didn't hear him if he did. At least I don't recall that. But there was
he
a
called
lot of
it. He called it in the middle of 3 and 4, so there was not hardly any time. And
then, he just said, yep. I'm pitting for him. Here I go.
Yeah, well, that too, and then he started slowing down still while on track, and Ty didn't have nowhere to go, because when you slow down in front of somebody, he came down a lane and slowed up. And,
yeah, because I think that was at the point where we were saving, right, Aaron, where we came up late on it. We're like, what the hell's going on up there?
Yeah, we knew we weren't going to make it, so we were hoping, we were like, God, hopefully the yellow would come out, but yeah, it didn't, and
yeah, because somebody even
Ty's
said,
in here finally passed Terry in points.
I was going to say, Bosco, that's not hard to do, man.
Ty, what are you, about 4 races in right now?
Fred's passed me in points, but that's okay, but I don't mind.
Well, Fred shows up.
Yeah, Fred shows up.
The other day, in our group text the other day, something was said, I forget what we were talking about, and I told Terry, I said, when he passes somebody that's only had 1.5 starts this season in points, and he can start talking shit.
Terry just passed the guys that quit.
I think it was Vincent Arthur, who's really only been here like one and
twice.
1/3 races. And had computer issues, and Terry was behind him in points.
Something's got to give, though.
Ty said he's ran 3 races, you've ran 8.
All right, Ty. That's all right, buddy.
Derek, what are you drinking? I saw you take a sip of something.
Well, I've got my water in my trusty Michael Falk Racing Designs, and
I saw a bottle.
And Serby Cup.
Ooh.
Well, Dak, here's the deal.
And then it's spring, so I'm drinking apple.
Nice.
Hey, Rick Cameron.
What's up, Rick? How's camping? Is he still camping? Or he's probably home now, isn't he?
You know what they say about camping. What happens at the campground stays at the campground. Right, Dalton? Oh, wait, Dalton's just saying here.
That's the guy who vacations where they pretty much just farm goats and make taffy.
I was going to say that's what he was excited about. Get to go see goats.
Yeah, show everybody your new bag of taffy. Everybody wants to see it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised you're not mowing that shit down.
I've had a few pieces. I've had a
Talking about
few
the
beers.
goats or top
Is that
taffy?
is that not as good as the other stuff? Because the other stuff you gotta keep out of your fucking mouth the whole time.
Well, that was actually they're both pretty fucking good. I had to get that at Royal King today. That just sounded good at the moment.
Hey
Like
Todd,
I
my
told,
fridge is full of that still, so yes, I'll go up and get one.
That's some Coors Light.
ew, that's like water. That's only good for beer pong and flip cup.
And poured on the ground.
So where are you located at, Derek? Are you in Canada or?
I am probably 40 miles from the border, just south of the border,
Was
up
it?
in northeast North Dakota.
Oh, North Dakota. that's
I don't hear
that's a
any
good one.
accent.
What?
I don't hear an accent.
Yeah, you're originally from there?
I am. I've been.
I hear a little bit. It's not crazy. It doesn't sound as
Born
bad
and
as those Minnesota accents.
But you guys have the accent too, Corey and Amanda.
You couldn't even pick out where my accents are combined from.
Jersey,
And
New York,
No,
no,
Vermont,
North-
Connecticut,
North Carolina.
Massachusetts, Delaware.
it's a nasty combination of Jersey and North Carolina. You should wait till I start drinking and I take a trip back home to Jersey and come back.
Oh
It's
yeah,
awful.
Jersey girl comes out when she gets really drunk.
Didn't that happen not too many episodes ago?
Yeah, I think it was like 2 ago.
Episode, I think. Chris episode.
Yeah, I think that was 2 ago. No, 3 ago.
Yeah, and then it got worse. It got even worse after we shut down.
Oh yeah, we went like an hour and a half after.
I'm Perkins. Thanks for being here, man.
Derek, you looking forward to Gateway next week?
I am. I won there in the trucks 2 seasons ago, so I do like that track. It should be good fun time.
Somebody explain that track to me. I asked Corey even how long it was. He's like, I don't know, a mile. I'm like, I have no idea what it looks like. Anything. What is it?
It's a long sweep in 3 and 4, and then a tight 1 and 2 where you have to downshift.
Downshift, yeah.
It's
It's a fun track, I think.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
it is.
that track.
the best way to describe it, Amanda, is it's Darlington but flat like Milwaukee.
That sounds fucking awful.
Yeah, because
You'll
one
be
and two's pretty tight corners, and 3 and
Turn
4's.
right and get it over early.
fine.
You got the banner to carry now.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't wanna
God.
So, everybody in here, raise your hand if you carried the T&A banner. Oh, it looks like we're missing one.
Eric even raised his hand.
Yeah, fuck you too, Derek.
Yeah. Derek was honorary member one day.
Oh. Oh, that's awesome.
You know what? I'm proud of all of you guys. I mean, you guys have been doing outstanding this season. Amanda, especially, just starting November, December last year, and now
This December
fuck.
19th.
So you're running third. I mean, in a fucking league.
She's getting close to making the playoffs.
Well,
that-
I joke and
Yeah.
everything too, but like literally, it's the three of you guys that got me all along through it. Like I barely made it through the officials. A lot of cursing, yelling, swearing, all that stuff. A lot of drinking afterwards, but a lot of luck too. Got me through all the officials up to my B license really quickly. But I still had no goddamn idea what I was doing when I was practicing for the fun races. And I say it all the time, but the three of you guys, really coached me along right away very quickly. I was a freaking mess. And then the little things in between, people jumping in on chat during practices and races, and then things like Dalton, Blake, and Cody yesterday were really helpful. Kind of an extra set of eyes. Kind of, Dalton was, teaching us, so me especially, about the fuelage and everything, and Blake was kind of keeping an eye on other people and giving me some hints. So it was definitely helpful. But you guys are what made me.
So Amanda, I don't want to put any pressure on you at the moment, but I'm going to.
Titan.
Right now, you're
Titan
right now
Perkins
you're
are
sitting-
fighting in
Right
chat.
now, you're sitting 20 in points. Our All-Star, we go top 16, and then we pull. Somehow we get 20 in there. So you're on your way to being the fucking all-star race this season.
That would be fun, especially if I knew where it was.
No, that's the fun part about it. You don't know. I guess we're not figuring out till like the session goes up.
I think Tim's putting it, doing it this season. I think he's one picking it.
Yeah.
I think because I think Rick and Chris are picking our final race. Maybe I can't remember how it goes.
No, we picked
It's
the
one
final race.
One way or the other, huh?
We picked the final race, and then they're the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, I'm a BPL admin.
I think he'd at least be doing something this season since he's not.
Jesus Christ! He's not coming on Shop Talk. He's not racing. He's not adminning. What's he doing?
That's not my department, boys. That's not my department.
I got two things real quick. Ty said he had me to win that stage until Perkins came up there, and Perkins did send me an apology. Ty and I think it was Ty and I. We went up there to the outside, and I had a run, and John Perkins come up, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be the big one right there. But luckily, we all got through that again. But also, Amanda, you have always said about how you get nervous and everything, and you were running up front a lot last night.
Oh, I tell you, the first 10 laps, my fucking foot started shaking again like it did at Daytona during the Clash and everything. Foot was shaking, heart was pounding. I'm like, shit, don't fuck up, don't crash everybody, don't do it. And then I started to get more comfortable. It went away. I just got into a zone, but it was that first, a few minutes of the race. I was nervous as shit because I thought I was going to screw up, but it went away. And then the rest of the race, I felt good. And, it's subsiding. Like it doesn't come along very often anymore.
I even thought about that during the race, but I'm like, I'm not going to ask her in between.
I don't like questions during the race.
No, even in the stages, I was going to be like, are you doing okay up here? But I thought, no, don't jinx it.
Well, super speedways definitely, in the larger tracks, I'm definitely more confident, and I don't like the idea of Gateway. I don't like tracks that I don't know, but I was still nervous because I was looking around going, oh fuck, like these are a bunch of the good guys. Like everybody's good at everything, but I don't want to wreck people. But that's starting to go away when I realize even if I get loose or something, I can still hold my car. I just the one race that I self-spun is because I shifted wrong. I think I missed third gear, and it's those, now that I realize I'm not doing that as often, I don't get as nervous.
Dave Seats, you're absolutely right, man. Butterflies are the why we race. If you don't get nervous taking lap one, doing this, there's something wrong with you.
Corey, who said it during the fun race the other night? Was that Ty? Was it Ty who said he's like, I still get nervous?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy winning it.
Somebody said that they still get nervous when they get up front.
Well,
I still do too. Like,
so do I.
Like in Iowa when I was leading all those, that's why I kept pulling away, and I was like, okay, I'm up to a second. I can calm down a little bit, just run my line. But then I'm like, oh, they're getting closer, and then they really wanted to lead from Taylor, and I just smacked the fucking wall.
Yeah, but a second seems like forever when you're in second place trying to catch that leader.
Oh yeah.
And then when you're a second ahead, it's like, damn, they're close.
No, not me. If I get a second ahead, I'm like, yeah, and I still see him pulling away. I'm like, yeah, fuck you guys, I'm fast.
See, I felt good like last night when I was up front, when I'm near guys like Aaron, like when I was behind you a bunch, because I know how you drive. So I'm like, okay, I'm good here. I know how Aaron drives. I practice with him all the time. And then, a couple of the other people, I know how he drives. I was behind D's a few times. I'm like, okay, I kind of know how he drives too. Like I'm good near these ones. The ones that I don't really know a lot about their driving style, I get super nervous around too, just because I'm like, I'm going to screw up because I don't know how they race.
That's definitely true, Taylor.
I was gonna say, and when you're an expert for wrecking like I am, you don't get nervous about wrecking anymore. It's almost a common.
Comes 6. Okay.
Yeah, well, super speedways, Derek, back there when we was at the Clash, and I was trying to get you and I up there when we did that group qualifying. we were third and fourth, I think, and I told you I was like, I did everything I could to try to get us up there to the first and second.
Yeah.
And you said qualify. You already talked about that. Never mind. Aaron, I was going to say something about your qualifying, but you already mentioned that.
Yeah, why didn't you qualify, Corey? I thought we all had a plan that we were all going to qualify, and then all
We
of a
didn't
sudden,
have a plan. I thought that was
You're
our
right, we
plan.
didn't.
I told you I'd talk to you guys at the final stage and we could figure something out, maybe.
And you know, the only thing. Go ahead, Aaron.
I was going to say, I think Corey actually said if Derek doesn't take me out by the final stage.
Yeah, I was like, Derek's taking everybody out up front. He's qualifying, so I'm gonna start in the back. Watch all you guys get taken out.
There's the one point where we had a stage caution finally, and I was able to get back into the pack with you guys. And I got in between you and Aaron, I believe, Corey. That's the only place I could work, but it was still too early in the race for me to even help you guys. So that kind of sucked, but that's the only way my car would run 190 mile an hour. And I had to be right on one of your guys' asses.
Yeah, you couldn't be out front because you had
Hell
front
no.
end damage.
Yep. I think I had almost 2 minutes of repair on that, then it still didn't fix it all.
Yeah, that'll kill you at the super speedways there. Yeah, it sucks your VR did that too, because like I said, I was sitting there in the back, and all of a sudden I just saw you go right flying in front of Blake. Like, I saw you blinking. I heard Amanda say, Terry's blinking. Then I heard you say, yeah, something's going on, and all of a sudden, whew, you just shot in front of Blake, who was in front of me, and you went in the inside. I'm like, holy shit, Blake's like, I think he hit me.
Well, like I said, I was behind you on the outside line getting ready for the restart, and I saw you blink, and then you came back. I'm like, oh, okay. It happened again. I'm like, ah, fuck. I'm like, and then I think you said something about how you were having issues, and then you were just gone. And I'm yelling out, Terry, are you still on the track? Because I didn't know if I could pull forward, if I had to stay there, if you were going to reappear. I had no idea what to do. So, and then you're like, I'm off the track. I'm like, what shit? We're restarting. We're going green. I got to catch up. But I didn't know if you were going to reappear, if you were already off the track. So I didn't really know what to do.
Yeah, I was so fucking mad.
Yeah, thank you, Ty, for yours going to black, because that got me my lap back for the lucky dog.
I know to ease up on the super speedways on the 28 car. I just got the stop sign on the back of the car.
Yeah, that's funny as hell that you read that. What's on his bumper?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't touch it, like the no squares or
Yeah,
something.
don't touch me there. That's my no square. Yeah. Because I saw that during practice yesterday, and I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That is a good-looking car he has that he runs on the super speedways. It's like a throwback design.
So you gonna keep the Busch scheme back over?
Not for a while. Looks good
Yeah.
on that
That's a good
car.
looking car, man. That is a good looking car last night.
That
I
does
think it
mess
looks
me up not seeing your yellow car, though.
that looks a lot better on the Xfinity car, I think, than it did on the Arctic car.
My mom,
Corey, your
my
car
mom
is
yelled
looking
at me
awesome.
today. Well, she yelled at me today. She's like, "There's so many cars that look the same now. I can't pick you out."
She was probably looking for mine anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, she'd have to look in the pits or.
In the pits or in the back somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah,
See
drive by
Terry on
themselves.
track there. When we see Terry's on track, we're like, well, fuck, I ain't running very good.
My car
Yeah,
only
there's
has
quite a
3 tires. What,
There were,
Derek?
I was gonna say there was quite a few silver cars on track last night.
Yes, I saw that on the broadcast, all those Michael Falk design cars. I was like, can't tell who's who anymore.
They almost got to be in front of me so I can see the damn number. That's all, or I'll look at the relative, but I'd rather look at the number.
Yeah,
That way
like
I'm not going to kill somebody.
when everybody has their own specific color. Like, I love being the main red car on the track. Aaron, when you had the yellow one, I look right up, I could see 5 cars ahead and go, okay, Aaron's up there. And
Yep.
but everybody has the same fucking color. I have no idea who's who. I couldn't find who Corey was. I'm like, who's this dipshit getting past? I'm like, oh shit, that's Corey. Okay.
Derek, I think you've always ran a white car, haven't you? For a lot of times or not?
I'm trying to think. In the car wise, yes, I have. I've driven white a lot with this season and last season, and then the trucks. I think I was more of a black truck, but yeah, the last 2 seasons I've got mostly white on the car.
So you don't tell us that. You don't have to tell us what it is, but do you have a paint scheme for Darlington for the throwback?
No, not yet. Me and Michael haven't discussed that yet. I got to see. I have an idea now that you brought it up, and we'll see what we can run with it. I'm not even sure when. I'll have to look at the schedule. I'm not sure when Darlington even is.
October 10th.
Oh well, I got plenty of time.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time.
I still have to make a commercial for Charlotte, and that's just the end of June.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking everybody because my car's already done from what I've heard from my painter. And Gail, thank you so much. I'm glad somebody gives love out there to me.
Aw.
Well, you didn't race half the fucking race. What are you watching? You should be watching your daughter-in-law that's getting third places and your son that runs out of gas.
We were drinking the other night, actually over at Corey's parents' house, and I was going through every single one of Junior's old cars, digging through, trying to find the one I like the most, and I finally settled on the one I want for Darlington. It's a sharp-looking car.
I think I've got mine picked up, but I got to talk to my painter about it.
You already got yours. You just got to switch back and forth.
Yeah, Dave Seats talked about his. His is a nice looking car, that puzzle car. I think it says "My son's my hero" on the back of it.
Autism.
Yeah,
That's
that's
sharp car.
yeah.
I like when I could spot who's where. So yeah, Aaron, bring your yellow car back.
I'll just wait till you get used to the blue and white one, and then I'll change it.
I do like the Busch car. You are right. It does look good in the Xfinity car, and you talked me into it.
I guess I'll get my throwback too, though. I'll just keep bugging you until you're like, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
you're just
tell
gonna
you
keep
this.
texting me and be like, so this would look really good on it. Then he sends me pictures. I'm like, so do you want me to do that? Yeah, I think so. I think it would look good.
Like I said, if you don't, eventually I'm just gonna keep texting you. That really would look good.
Okay, I might get to it. Yeah. I want this.
I used to paint. I used to paint all my cars too, and painting on iRacing is tedious. Painting cars, it just takes forever. So I'm very fortunate Michael does most of mine now.
Oh, you were doing it right in the iRacing?
No,
thing.
I use GIMP, but it takes,
okay.
it's just, very tedious, and then I'm kind of anal with, quality and detail, so paint usually takes me 4 or 5 hours to do.
Try to make everything line up perfect. You're like, well, where does this thing go? The templates they have are awful.
Hi, Morasco. I think you ought to just keep running that car, bud.
I haven't seen that car for a while.
And the DQ car hasn't been around for a while.
Right.
I told Corey I want the Viagra design on my car, but it doesn't match up to my number.
Oh man, I could do that for Darlington.
There you go. Done. Michael Falk, get on it. You're in chat right there. Well, I think we talked earlier that Michael Fox gonna do my paint scheme for me for Darlington. He's gonna do a throwback number 3 Sasquatch theme.
Oh, that'd be cool though.
Yeah, I want to see what he comes up with.
Which one has Sasquatch actually on it now?
Pittman has it. He has the Sasquatch.
31.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many of them. Like, I think there's like 5 of us that don't have official Michael Falk cars.
Yeah, he was in
cars.
He was in chat last night on the broadcast, and I saw him type in, "Look at that top 7." And I think all top 7 cars were MF Racing.
Yeah, he must be making so much money off of this, all these wins, and.
We had Michael in here, 4 episodes, 5 episodes ago, something like that.
Yeah, I think he was our second or third guest.
Hell, a stand-up guy. I mean, for anybody that's, I know it's all mainly our BPL guys and stuff, but hit Michael up, man, if you want a hell of a good-looking paint on your car. I mean, it's not done till you say it's done, and that's just the way Michael is. So hit him up if you guys need a paint.
We need to still get him out on track with us.
I know. You know, if Tim Habiak get out there and run a Talladega race, last season or whatever it was, yeah, then
Looked like he was running last night too.
Yeah, he was walking around. Somebody said, "No, it's he," and he's got his camera on.
Well, I think Tim and his wife is actually down in Tennessee, or I think it was in Tennessee this weekend. I'm not 100%. But Ian graduated. Congratulations, Ian.
Yeah,
You
congrats,
graduated,
Ian.
Bud. Go take on the world, brother. It's yours to take now. So,
Yep, congratulations, Ian.
any other stories that we need to touch on?
Yeah,
You guys
Brad
know
Collins
of?
is a stage 2 winner.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't write that shit down.
It's on the TV.
So that's it. Okay.
Yeah, those Speed Mafia guys, they were pretty good last night.
Oh, they were
they got the
fast.
fuel, until the
I was
fuel
trying
caught them.
so hard to get into the top 10 at one of the stages, just like the little personal goals and everything. I think I was running 9th at the end of one of the stages, and I got kicked back to 11th right at the end of it. And I was trying so hard to get into the top 10. Like I said, I set little personal goals for myself, not just a don't wreck out and don't cause everybody else to wreck, but I really wanted to get into the top 10 on a stage win.
Yeah, I thought Ty mentioned it earlier. I thought I think it was the first stage. I thought I was gonna get the win running on that third line, and 33 came up, and then on that second stage, I think I got third there. So I was like, at least I'm getting some stage points.
At one of the stages, it had to have been the first stage. Amanda, I think I was behind you. Corey, you was already a lap down, maybe.
Yeah, I had to take an extra lap to take a pit.
So you're already a lap down, and we're coming to the stage. I was like, "Fuck, Corey's to my right. If I can get him to slow down, to get the guy on my outside to slow down, I can get in front of Corey." Because I was going for try to get at least a 10. I think I finished like 12 or 13 like that. But didn't you, Amanda, get 11th or 10th?
11th, yeah. I think our line had gotten up a little bit, and I think I was up to 9th. And then at the last second, I think that outside line was cruising along, and we fell back 2 spots each.
Yeah, I was
Jump
fighting.
up there and it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I was fighting with Mike Hamlin too during that. He was down there and he was gonna get the lucky dog, and then I think it was Aaron, you and Perkins. Like Perkins blocked you or got up in the wall or something right before the end of the stage.
I think Perkins
Up
switched
when I
lanes.
had a run.
Yeah, and that slowed the whole top lane because I'm like, okay, I'm ahead of him, and I wanted to get enough room to get down in front of him so I could get the lucky dog earlier, and then that slowed it up, and I'm like, fuck, I guess I gotta wait to the next stage.
I honestly thought, and I don't blame him. I mean, it's racing, but I honestly thought, I'm like, oh, here's the big one happening
Yep, I was
right
gonna say
now.
I was behind the pack by that time. I was right in the back of all that action because my car was damaged, of course, and yeah, I thought I was waiting for the big wreck to happen when he came up like that, and you guys had such a run. I'm like, oh my gosh, there it goes.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, go ahead, Aaron.
No, I was gonna say I was checking up big time, but I thought somebody's gonna get in the back of me, and this is gonna just cause it right here.
Yeah,
Well,
I
Aaron,
thought I was gonna cause it because I was stuck on the outside, and I knew you guys kept telling me you got to get on the inside. We're gonna pit soon, and we were talking before. Everybody was chatting so much that we couldn't hear our crew chiefs and everything like that. And I'm sitting there, I'm trying to get on the inside line, and I had Corey Rutherford on my inside, and I'm like, fuck, and I kept looking down, but I couldn't hear my spotter telling me if I was clear or not. So I was trying to look to my left in VR going, shit, I don't know if I could pull down. I was weaving all over the damn track, just like even Corey said in the broadcast, the hell were you doing there? I was like, I was trying to get on the inside.
That's why
I'm like,
Aaron was yelling at you.
Everyone.
Don't worry, he yelled at me too. He's like, "Fucking it's slower, it's faster at the bottom, or it's less we have to drive at the bottom." I'm like, sorry, man, I'm looking at my looking at my fuel stuff,
I thought that
swerving
was
all
like
over.
everybody. I was like, I'm just trying to get on the goddamn inside lane. I don't know what to do, and I can't hear my spotter if I'm clear or not.
Well, thanks, Dave. Yeah, that was fun racing Mike Hamlin. I was pissed I didn't, because I got ahead of him for a while, a little bit. I was like, oh, just let a little gap open. I'm going down to that bottom lane, because Amanda's like, well, why didn't you? We were watching the broadcast. She said, why didn't you drop down in front of me? I'm like, I would have been right behind him. It would have made no sense. I needed that lucky dog.
Yeah, because that was the very first pit stop when you went a lap down, wasn't it, Corey?
Yeah, because I missed my total pit thing. I just looked at
Right.
it and kept going.
Well, I mean, I remember us saying, okay, we're early in the race. We'll get a caution. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I
And
thought I was fine. I had
the
no
next
worries.
caution
I'm,
never came.
yeah, I'm just tooting around the track again. I'm like, okay, I'll get my pit stop. I'll go a lap down. No worries. Like, there's gonna be so many cautions here.
Oh, even that Daytona race, the first race of the season, it was good the first two stages, and then that third stage, it was like wreck after wreck after wreck. So that's what I was figuring. Oh, we'll do okay the first two stages. Now this last stage, there's going to be at least two wrecks. Well, yeah, nothing happened. Again, there was a couple instances where maybe the yellow should have came out, but
Yeah,
Iracing didn't
they
throw
all
it. But
they all cut that low and didn't get
You know
back
how
on the
it
track.
goes, and it always goes this way. When we need the caution, we can't get it. when everything's going good, that's when you get the caution. Like, no, I don't need it now.
Yeah, I have this awesome tire strategy I just came up with, and this is gonna work perfect. Oh, okay, there's a caution. Now everybody can get tires.
A tire strategy at Talladega.
I'm talking for
how
other
many-
races, Terry.
Okay.
Speaking of tire strategies at Talladega, though, just out of curiosity, how many sets of tires did everybody take?
I took 2 rights only.
I took
Okay.
2 sets the whole time. Maybe I took 3, but I remember the first one when I came back in after I did my little loop after I missed my pit. I forgot to uncheck my tires, so I took tires then. So I took tires about 18 laps in. I skipped them at the stage, and then I think I took them at the final stage. So yeah, I think I had a set left over.
Yeah, I had 2 sets. The only time I took tires was at the beginning of the third stage.
Derek, didn't you say you screwed up and didn't uncheck yours?
yeah, well, I took four sets or 4 tires the first 2 stages, and then I was just going to run the last stage with no tires. And yep, they were checked, and I didn't think they were checked. And usually I double check the tires to make sure that they're unchecked, and I forgot to do that this time around, and backfired a little bit on me. But
Yeah, that's
Amanda,
one good thing. No, I was gonna
Good.
say that's one good thing about TeamSpeak is we try to remind each other, like tires off,
Amanda, did you take tires last night?
I did in each stage. So I took 2 sets, and even if you guys don't remind me if I'm going into the pits and I know, oh, I don't want tires, I hit the button like 3-4 times just in case.
Yeah, I just took rights only. Cause I wasn't using the lefts at all. I really wasn't using the rights either.
Well, you were out most of the race anyway.
5 laps, Corey. 5 laps. That's all I was out, bud. 5 laps.
I don't know. I just saw you fly in front of me at a restart, and
Yeah, I don't. Man, that just irritates me because I'm running 6th. I see Aaron up there, one spot. I was like, well, fuck, if I can work my way to him, we can work on this a little bit. So, yeah, I don't even think I took the flag, did I? Amanda, you was back here, did I?
Not of what I saw in the broadcast. It all happened before the green flag.
Okay.
Because we were talking about, I don't know if we talked about it
Yeah.
before the broadcast, but we was coming to that restart, and you had the computer issues, and we was all talking about that, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, the green flag's out, and that's how Taylor
that's
got
right.
a big jump on me there. I'm like, oh shit, got to pedal on the right, gotta go.
so Derek, you guys were working on D's last night too? You said.
yeah, we jumped down. It was D's, Ty, and then the 2 Rutherford brothers.
Yeah, I see you
jumped.
guys all. I'm watching the the race on the TV thing, and I see you guys all at the top. Now that you say that, I'm like, oh, that's why all you guys are working together. Like, who would have thought Bachover and Dalton were going to work together?
Yeah, that surprised me right out of the gates. I was like, okay, we're doing this. Okay.
I think I mentioned that in TeamSpeak at some point, that working with the 41 goes against everything I have ingrained in me.
Well, he knows who's good at super speedways, Aaron.
Right.
I still want one of them stress dolls, Derek, with the 41 on it.
Yeah, Dave Corey set up a thing. I don't really know exactly how it is. So I have my wheel, I have the whole rig, I have my shifter over here, and then above that I have another piece that comes out that has 4 buttons on it in a diamond shape, and 2 of them don't do anything. The top button is to clear my tires, and then the bottom one, if I want to knock off the clear tires and I do want to take them, I can hit that button instead. So I do my shifter, I can reach right up and clear my tires on a separate button, and it's spectacular. I would hate if I had to grab my mouse and hurry up and change it in the black box. So having
Get
a
used
button
to it.
I like my buttons.
I've got a button box I rarely use.
Love it.
Aaron, you know I could order you shirts that the sleeves are already cut off, right?
Yeah, that's not the same.
Then he wouldn't need his scissors anymore, Corey.
Right.
What I got all these scissors for?
When did I give you all that free time, Corey?
Buy more gloves.
I'm definitely not going to be practicing with Terry with all that free time.
So, Aaron, do you think your gloves made you faster last night?
Oh, wait till I get that new wheel, according to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about it. A lot of guys don't like super speedway racing, but and I don't know if you listen to like Dale Jr.'s download or something. It's a different kind of racing, and the same guys are always towards the front in that kind of racing. And I like super speedway racing.
Oh yeah, I do too. I love super speedway. Super speedway racing. Yeah, my mouth just went retarded there for a second. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love it too. It sucks that I got behind the 8. Like I saw the man, I'm like, yeah, I got behind the 8 ball, 15 laps in, whatever, 18 laps in our first pit stop, and just tried to work my way back, and ended up working out. I thought it was gonna be fine, but I wasn't happy it turned into a fuel mileage race, because especially doing that in a super speedway, that's super tough. Like they said, we were doing 150 down around the track trying to save fuel.
Well, I mean, we all had to keep having the conversation. Are we just falling that far behind? What's happening? And, Dalton, Blake, all of us were chatting, and, well, I was just kind of listening and kind of learning, but saying, like, hey, even if we do fall behind going so low, they're all going to have to pit again. So fuck it. Let's keep going the way we're going, because it was clicking down negative 0.3 to negative 0.2 to negative 0.1. Like, we were saving fuel doing what we were doing, and if they had to pit anyways, like, fuck it, we'll just keep doing it.
Mine was going up because Bachover was telling me to go faster so he could get my draft.
Well, and we've talked about this before, and I think we even talked about it with Dalton. I know it's part of the game of racing, but saving fuel, it's so hard for me to do. Even last night, it was just like, this isn't racing.
Yeah, you got to that one point, you're just like, fuck it, let's go. I'm like, okay, I'll go with you.
Not when you did it the whole race. What baffles me, and I said it to Corey afterwards, I'm like, does Dalton plan this shit at the beginning? I don't even know how many fucking laps are in a fuel run until we jump into the race. I'm like, how many laps we get? I'm like, he plans this so far ahead. And like you said, like, once I get in, I don't even think about it.
Well, and last night, as soon as it told me I was good at all, but that was if I would have kept running like I was like, fuck it, let's go, Corey.
Yep.
But it goes back to
you
honestly,
you go first.
Yeah, but it goes back to like we was talking. Normally, Corey and I run really good together at super speedways. So to try to save fuel, I was even shutting the motor off going down the backstretch.
Yeah, it just throws us off our game.
Right.
So I was having this mental dilemma because you guys were like, fuck this, we're going to go. And I'm like, okay, I've got my two teammates, one being my husband, and they just want to blast and go. I'm like, do I jump behind them and go because I'm watching it and I'm gaining more fuel, like I'm going to make it? Or do I follow the guy with the team that always wins on fuel strategy? Like, what do I do? I'm going to get yelled at by one and probably lose off on the other one. So I didn't know what to do. And I'm glad you guys kind of stayed.
Well, that
At
was
that,
Corey and I's plan to help you get third, Amanda. It was like,
Yeah.
screw it, we'll just run out.
Yeah.
at that point of the race, Amanda, you gotta start thinking about it. It's for you, not for Corey, not for Terry, not for Aaron.
Nope,
You have
that's
to do
nope.
what you
It's
think.
for me. What could you do to help me get my first victory?
Yeah.
Well, Terry wasn't going to help the team. We
No,
told
we
him to
asked
cross
him. He said, "Fuck this team."
But, if Amanda would have been in the lead and I'd been behind her coming off turn 4, I would have backed off of her. So I could get a run on her to pass her at the start finish line. I mean, that's
Right.
just, I'm not going to push her to
I
a
would
win.
have blocked the shit out of you too.
And that's fine. You're allowed to do that. But I'm sure Derek would do the same damn thing.
Aaron, I would have pushed you to the win. If I had enough gas.
No,
Yeah,
you wouldn't.
Yeah, it's too bad you didn't. You should have had Terry slow up, and you guys could have followed him.
Well, we
Well,
came up on a bunch of lap cars that they had way too much damage because they're like, well, let's follow them, and obviously we're doing $150, and I'm like, oh, they're doing like 90 miles an hour. We gotta go around them.
My top speed by myself was 171 after the damage.
Well, we
Then-
caught the 22 of Collins, I think, and we were behind him. And I don't know if he was saving fuel, but we were lined up, and we were only running like 160, and we was like, okay, he's got to have damage. We got to go around him.
He
You know,
was
but I-
with me for a bit though. I think right around then he dropped back and I ended up behind him because I was still trying to catch you guys a little bit because I fell off and he was in front of me for a bit. I think it was right before our last pit stop because I remember saying, because I'm still learning like what to say over like, race chat. And I was like, should I ask Collins how much gas he has? Can he make it? And you're like, nope, don't say anything to him.
Yeah, I think Elrod asked me last night. He was like, 3, good to go? I'm just like, I ain't answering. Because the answer is no.
It's not sure
we're
we're
gonna
cards
say-
either. Well, it's how much can you, and not that I mean they're a bunch of liars or anything, but when it comes down to it, how much can you trust these guys? You know what I mean?
Everybody's trying to win, yeah. Yeah, I got enough. Follow me, push me. I'm not going to tell you when I run out.
Right. Well, okay, Amanda, remember at the Clash when you guys were running, did anybody key up and tell you they were going to run out going into that last lap?
Nope.
Everybody's out there for that win.
And
Yep.
it was funny too because right after I said that, I think it was 2 laps later, Collins didn't even say he was going to pit. We're going full speed, and all of a sudden he just quickly dropped down. I go, well, I guess he didn't have enough to make it to the end. He just dropped real quick.
Like, if we're coming to the line and it's me and you and Amanda, and I haven't got my first one yet, I'll spin you out to get it.
Yes,
You
sir.
I'll tell you that right now.
I think you doored me in an official race, Corey.
I did door you in an
Right,
official race,
yeah.
but you didn't let off to let me win on my birthday, so you're an asshole. It's on you, not me.
I would like to know why, Aaron. I think you just thought it was funny when we were practicing, and I think I was running on the outside line. I had just come off pit road, and you came barreling up like twice the speed and just slammed into me and spun me all around.
I needed
was
to
that?
stop. I needed to stop so I could go smoke.
Yeah,
And
he was gonna have a smoke.
the quickest way to stop was just use you as a brake. So I was like,
Use
yeah,
the car.
I don't remember who it was. I think it was Corey Rutherford. Somebody was there. He's like, was that on purpose? I'm like, yeah, Aaron likes to wreck me.
You got to, come the last lap. I don't give a shit where you're at. You have got to do this for yourself. Don't be. Oh, I'll push Aaron to the win. Yeah, fuck that. Get around him. You win.
I would do the right up to the last lap thing probably, and if I thought I could do it, but if I didn't think I was faster, I wouldn't be a dick and, cause a situation that would wreck both of us or just him or myself. But if I thought I was faster, I would try.
Rebels Racing.
I got a question for Aaron.
No,
You
I
know,
cut the sleeves off myself.
in, I guess I was in La La Land last year. How did you and Dalton get into a riff? Or I don't remember. He must have wrecked you a few times. I don't recall what happened there.
It really was not last season. It actually went back to the season before that in the trucks. And it seemed like, I don't know how many races in a row, he would come on every time on the radio, and he's like, all right, we're on different tire strategies, watch tires spin. I know it happened at Bristol. I know it happened at Dover. He would get loose and he would wreck me, and I'm like, are you kidding me? He just tells everybody, be careful. And we had a couple run-ins in the trucks. Then last season at California, and you can even see it on the broadcast.
Who are you talking about? Sorry, I missed that. Did he?
Dalton.
Oh,
Derek was asking about what happened with me and Dalton. And last year at California, I was on old tires, and you can even see it in the broadcast. He catches me. He's 20 car lengths behind me at the start-finish line. Catches me going down into 3 and 4, and I'm on old tires, and he just ran me over. And it was still like, okay, no big deal. It is what it is. Then at Talladega, for the right during the playoffs last season, he got down below me, and we had an accident and everything, and it was just like, are you kidding me? It's the 41 again. And he came into team speak at that point, and he tried to apologize, but you're in VR, Derek. You know how it is. I mean, it felt like I was still spinning, and he comes in, he's like, man, I'm sorry, and I said a few choice words, and I'm like,
it was great.
You're not winning the championship. The hell with this. It's always you, Dalton. You never cut me a break. And so that's why I told him then that he wasn't going to win the championship. And if it wouldn't have been for just the way the cautions fell out, and I told Dalton this too, the one thing I wish I'd have done, but I wasn't thinking at the time, is on that final restart, I would have started on the outside and put you on the inside to hold him up, and then you guys would have raced. But in my opinion, the way I look at it, that was what it was with Dalton. It was just a bunch of stuff that had added up, and it always seemed like it was the same guy. So we've talked, and I think we've hammered it out. I mean, he was in TeamSpeak last night with us.
Say that Talladega race, I believe that race I won.
I
And
believe
that-
so.
And that is the only super speedway race I have finished in Blazing Pedals.
First or last, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't think you'd have won that one if Dalton wouldn't have spun me there, because I was pushing Brad Collins. We were running pretty good on that inside line.
Yeah, but Dalton was running better on the other inside line.
Right there.
No, you know what? Now I do remember that. Yeah, he spun you at the tri-oval there at the front stretch.
Yeah, coming to the. But see, I was in a, and if you go back and watch that race, or if you remember it, like every stage, I was driving because I needed every point I could to move on to the next round, and we had the Roval the next week, and looking back, he did what he had to do, but it was just at that moment, it was like, are you kidding me? The same guy. So it all came to a head for me at Talladega last season.
Dave, who's the 84?
Hackathorn.
Ah.
Mr. A, you can't get in freaking race chat. I was trying to holler at him, and evidently he's not hooked up to race chat. So I don't know if any of you guys read Discord today. He said he was making his car go back and forth. I was watching. I was like, what the fuck's he doing? So, yeah, he wanted me to pit with him, and I didn't know that. But, oh, well.
Luckily, I haven't had any of those issues where I've had one person over and over again. A little bit in the beginning, but I think it might have just been a coincidence of me being paranoid with one person who's no longer around. But I haven't come across that really. Like just a couple little scrapes here and there,
I
nothing
was gonna,
intentional.
I was gonna say I've wrecked Amanda a few times under practice, but nothing during the race.
Oh, I think I wrecked Aaron 3 times in practice yesterday.
Is what it
Let's
is. That's what makes this. I mean, that's what makes this whole thing fun.
Well, and that's what I said too. I said it right when we got into the practice. Like, guys, I need the practice following. Like, I love leading the pack and everything, but I am not good. And you actually were giving me the pointers. Like, are you staring at the back of Corey's car? Yeah, I am. He's like, stop doing that. He's like, watch the line. I go, oh. He's like, don't watch close to you either. Look all the way up like you would normally in a turn. So I started practicing that literally for a couple hours, just trying to get behind people. But I spun you out a few times because I noticed too when you're on the inside line, you go not over the line, but your car's blocking the line. So I was trying to look right in front of me at the yellow line. But then you said look farther down, and it helped me. But that first hour, I just kept wrecking
What the
you.
hell are you doing, Corey?
He's going into the broadcast for something.
Well, yeah,
it's
man.
the final lap at
following year-
Talladega.
This is last year.
Now gets it going again through the corner. Here we go. This is going to be it. The 44 running for second spot right now. Pushes the 22, trying to get there.
Get him, get him, get him.
They
Like, I don't
fan
have
out.
nightmares about
Oh, they
this.
fan out big time. The 44 goes around.
Oh.
Right there, no choice. Oh, they go around again. Checkered flag flies.
Remember that?
Derek Paulson, your
Ah.
race leader and winner here tonight.
Kilrow just now crossed the finish line.
Yeah, he tried to force it down
my
there on you.
goodness.
Yeah.
I'll know.
Well, and like I said, in that split second when he come in, it was just I'm sure I was probably cussing in team speak. I don't know for sure, but I'm just guessing.
No, you weren't. You were so calm about the whole situation.
And then he came in to apologize, which I totally get. But
Yeah, you accepted it.
not at that point. Not at that point whatsoever. But
I think he might have accepted it Monday when I was
Well,
talking to him.
the
on
funniest
phone.
part was because it was just me, Terry, and Aaron at the time. So, and Terry wasn't racing; he was up in the broadcast booth. So it was just me and Aaron in there. And Dalton comes in, and Aaron's just yelling at him, "You're not going to win the fucking championship! You're not going to win the championship!" And I'm sitting there like, "Holy shit, this is awesome! Why am I not recording this?"
yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
was
see,
the straw right there that just, you know.
Yeah, see, you go back and look at oh shit. Look at some of their old races and stuff, man, and just see what we've done in the past. I mean, I know you're pretty new to our league this season too. Go back and watch some of this stuff. There's some damn good racing, and of course, we got Aaron a couple times, maybe wrecking his teammates at Daytona, and
Just one.
Just one.
yeah.
And you
just
want to
one.
keep bringing that up, Terry. It
Yeah.
wasn't just my
Terry
teammates.
seems like
It
he's
was
so
the whole
pissed
damn
because you
field.
wrecked it. You wrecked him at Daytona one time.
Well, like
That's
I
all
said,
it took.
he thinks it was just him. It was the entire field. I
No,
said.
well,
Not me. I
The
was way in the
entire-
back.
the entire field I didn't mind. It was when the 86 got caught up with the entire field. That's what I minded. I know. I just keep bringing that up. But
I'm curious who's still in chat. I see that we got a bunch of people on Facebook and one on Twitch, but I can't tell who's out there. Like, who's still watching? I'm just curious.
Dave must be. He must be talking to his. I think he's talking to himself. Dave, you having a conversation by yourself, there, bud? Okay. Oh, excuse me.
Dave, I do like racing with you. We had our one little scrape the other race, which is what it is. But you're one of the guys that I like racing around. I know how you drive. There's a few other people that are right around the same spot, and I like racing with you. I like that I recognize your car. I know your driving style, and I like it. Is everybody just doing their own thing?
Everybody's doing their own thing.
I was just kind of reading chat there and everything.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Perkins got to go to bed. Yeah, we've been at an hour and a half. We could wrap it up if you guys are ready.
Yeah, I get to get heading into work
Oh,
here
yeah.
before too
Aaron's
long.
gotta
Lead
go
over to
work.
Matt
I gotta get
Grunberg.
back to work in the morning. What are we watching now, Corey? You gotta push the button, bud, when you want to talk.
Oh,
I was trying to find Sam's jackass thing you put up with Derek to end the show with, but I couldn't find it.
But Derek, that was after when we had 2 Talladega races set up, wasn't it? They'd set up a second session because we were in the wrong one, and that's when Derek took everybody out, I think.
Yep. They people were quitting already, and I kind of forgot about the broadcast.
Right.
So
That's why you got your hand slapped more than anything from Mark, was because of the broadcast.
so I totally forgot about the broadcast, and I'm like, and it was funny because other people did say to me too. He said, "If you wouldn't have done it, I would have done it."
So
he found something. I don't know what he's doing.
we didn't do it last night, but I did holler. I asked Mark at one time, "Are we live yet?" Because Sam would be the one to come over and say we're live. Let's see what we found here, Corey. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is the jackass thing that Sam did.
I can't hear it, so.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to hear it.
It was a good wreck. Took out the whole field.
It was a good wreck.
Even before that happened, Jamie dropped. When I saw him go, because he was leading the points at the time, and there was a few others that had left. Well, you know what? I'll take out the field.
Yeah, why not? Who cares?
I just unmuted it just to listen to it. That's funny.
Yeah, it has the jackass music playing. Like I said, I think he got his hand slapped because of the broadcast, and Mark was kind of like, "We were still alive." Which I understand, but it was like, that's what.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
good.
Daddy
It's
got
good
mad
reset.
about.
Yeah, Dave.
So,
Dave hit me up.
I was gonna say though, when I was a kid growing up, when I was watching super speedways, that's what I was waiting for, was the big wreck.
That's why we're going to Daytona this year, and we're sitting up top because I want to see all the wrecks. And we're going to the Xfinity race on the Friday night, and my parents are going with me. My mom's like, "Well, where do you want to sit?" I'm like, "I want to sit a little before the start-finish line because they always wreck right before the start-finish line. So I want to sit right on it. I want to sit before it."
I hope Dalton can come out that night because he lives close by to there. We're trying to see if we can actually mesh up and have him come out because the tickets right next to us are still available. So that would be fun to actually hang out with some of you guys from Blazing Pedals.
When you guys going?
August 28th.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's
That's
the
right.
New
That's why we
Hampshire
can't go
race.
four-wheeling.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, because that's the only weekend we can do it.
it's the 28th. We'll be there. The Daytona night race Saturday.
That's the final race before they go to the chase, isn't it?
Dave Seats, you go to the Glen? The Glen's like 40 minutes from us.
When is the Glen?
No, he's got the 6 hours at the Glen. I'm looking at our schedule like we're like it's the NASCAR schedule. I'm like, wait, do we race the Glen?
Let us know when you're gonna be up this way. We'll take a ride over. There's a really nice casino somewhat nearby too.
Yeah, we won't make the Glen. She'll just hang out at the casino.
I would go.
All right, so yeah, I guess it's time to call it quits because Mr. Bockover's got to go to work. And yeah, it's been fun tonight.
Yep,
So
yep.
it's gonna be fun next week. We got Tanner Marr next week, and we got Gateway Sunday night on Turn 3 Racing Network, and I think Rick's back. I'm not exactly sure, but I think he is.
Yeah,
I think he is.
Friday.
Yeah, so It's gonna be a great time. I gotta get Amanda some practice in, and Terry's gotta do some practice.
Yeah.
Aaron's already so fast, so he doesn't need any practice.
It's the gloves. It's the gloves, Corey. They make it.
Yeah, those gloves are
Hey,
sick.
yeah, I'll tell you a little secret. I use ladies' arthritis gloves, and so
Nice.
they
Oh, fingerless,
okay.
nice. Well, I have the AccuForce wheel, and Aaron just bought one, so I was telling him, I'm like, dude, I wasn't using gloves for a while, and you could like feel the grit on it from your hands just clenching it and all that. So I was like, buy some gloves. I'm like, these are $15. He's like, what the fuck? Every time you send me something that I'm spending money, I'm like, it's $15. You want me? I'll buy them for you and send them to you if you want.
It's not the $15. It's the $1,200 wheel. Turn the $1,500, and then what's it
Sat in
gonna
your
be
cart
next?
for 5 weeks.
You had your cart for a while, so don't blame that on me. I just brought it up that it's a great wheel and I like it.
And see, I know where he runs. I know where he works, so I have to give him $5 every other week so I can buy bread and water for the fucking dog.
Yeah. Oh, he said the dog's dumpster diving now. He needs gloves. Well, thanks for joining us, Derek, tonight.
Thanks a lot, bud.
It's been
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
It's been a fun
Definitely.
night. Thanks for everybody in chat. Dave Seat's been going nuts in chat.
Some night, even though he said it's not for him. We still need to get him in
Come
here
on,
some night.
Dave, get in here.
Yeah, you don't talk good on the microphone, but you talk good in chat, so.
He's a chat Rambo.
Yeah, he is.
Don't talk good.
That's a funny story, so.
Derek,
No, he
thanks
just
again.
said I don't think he's comfortable coming on doing the
Hold
chat.
on. Derek, you got a plan for next week?
Yeah, he's gonna win again.
That's what I was wondering. Is kind of getting to if that's what he was looking at next week.
I do look forward to getting back there because my last 2 races haven't been very good. So I'm not saying I will win, but hopefully I have a good run.
Yeah, but you already locked into the playoffs, so.
Yeah, so let somebody else win, will you?
Yeah. Hey Derek, if I'm in second on the final lap and you're in first, can I just sneak by
He's
you?
gonna wreck you. He's gonna wreck you.
I'll slow down a little bit.
Yeah. Even if you're like 3 seconds, they won't know what's going on.
All right, everyone. Thanks for everybody. Dave Seats, especially. You've been in here a lot. Taylor, Butcher Benjamin, thank you for showing up tonight. Who else we got? Chris,
Michael
Gail's
Falk.
still in here probably.
Rick, my girlfriend Gail.
Yep, shout out to your girlfriend, Gail.
Michael Falk, Ty Morosco, all you guys out there.
Aaron
Thanks for
Bockover.
Show Aaron Bockover, Corey Sherman, Amanda Sherman.
Derek Paulson.
Now, if we can just get the Rutherfords to show up, that'd be nice.
Yeah, why didn't the Rutherfords watch this?
Their internet probably cuts out on them.
Oh, shit!
Did you catch that on the broadcast last night when they both blinked out for a second?
No, but I see it all on the track.
I saw it on the broadcast. I didn't see it on track, but yeah, it was funny. They both disappeared, and it was quite a long blink, really.
I think it was Josh that blinked for a long time, and I think he was in front of me. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, he's coming right back inside my car. I know he is.
Well, at one point, since they live in the same house on the broadcast, it caught it, and they both disappeared, and they came back at the same time.
Oh, yeah, my
Gil,
mom's...
I want to try. I'll try, Gil. I will try.
Yeah, Terry,
Just for
my
you.
mom said fucking practice this week so you can do good.
What you said. Stupid, I can read.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll be back next week with Tanner Marr and recapping Gateway. So that should be fun. We got to teach Amanda how to downshift
I know how to downshift. It's just when and where.
into the corners.
Yeah, and the turn. I can't remember what turn it was.
Here we go. 1 and 2. Terry needs some practice.
I don't have practice, yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for
All right,
tuning in.
guys.
Thanks again, Derek, for joining us. And we'll see
Thanks,
all
Derek.
you guys next week. And hopefully one of us get a victory. And who's going to carry the T&A banner?
Maybe we'll get a top 5.
Oh, that'd be awesome. And then Derek gets 5th. All right, thanks,
I'll take
everybody. Yeah.
Good night, guys.
I want the
Not
win
gonna
because
lie.
I'm going to spin Amanda. See you guys next week.